Well, I just had another meeting with Ahmed. I should say encounter. He doesn't really meet with people, he's not very organized. And he just showed up and said, "We're going to El Haisha, we're going to El Haisha, what is your job?" And he said that I was going to go as the company's medic because the doctor, who typically rides in the ambulance, got fired. Apparently he missed that, like, 2 dozen times that I explained what I did in Daphnia and why, as well as my limited skill set. Or he just didn't care. Ahmed is a compulsive, manipulative liar. I was able to talk to the ambulance crew when they arrived. I told them to go to the hospital by the Fundok Gostig and take a doctor. Shuf Doktor. Ata Shuf Doktor. They got me. Also La Ana Doktor. Doktor Helper. They seem to get the concept of helper too. Like I said, there's a very limited number of tasks that I'm, well, competent to do. And even then, it's only under the supervision of a physician or, actual paramedic. That's 2 years of training. Now, the reason why I worked in Daphnia was because there was literally nobody else. They were completely out of guys. So I worked there until they found someone better to replace me, and it took them a while to do so. I can start IV lines, cut off clothes, stop bleeding, relieve a tension pneumothorax, evacuate a hemothorax, patch a sucking chest wound. Kitty. What else? Establish an airway, either a king airway or a cricothyrotomy. Tracheostomy is what they call it here. Inject you with ceftriaxone the instant you're hurt. Pursuant to the study I read, that should reduce your risk. Well, that should give you the optimal risk of surviving without infection. No optimal chance of surviving without infection. Minimizing your risk of infection. And finally, I can hold the light. And a lot of those surgical procedures are things that I've never actually done on people. Those are last-ditch emergency measures. This kitty was packing heat. The only reason I worked there is because there was literally nobody else. This was not lost on Ahmed. Honestly, my position here at this katiba is a little unclear. There are a couple of other marginal English speakers, and I've had conversations with them, and everyone agrees that Ahmed is completely insane. Literally crazy. As much as I hate to admit it, he seemed pretty sane and mature when we first met, walking around as a Human Rights Watch guy, claiming to be from Scotland. Compulsive liar, though. Borderline personality. Terrible individual. Suffice to say, I was able to blunt any damage he might have done. The doctors were able to understand my somewhat limited Arabic. Well, not doctors, but ambulance driver and, I guess, second seater. I'm not clear what his job was. There were 2 guys. If you count the people in the ambulance when I'm riding with Dr. Tamim, it's Dr. Tamim, myself, and the driver. The reason I was there is because I can start an IV while Dr. Tamim tapes that guy's head shut. Which is much faster and better than Dr. Tamim taping that guy's head shut and then starting an IV. It's debatable as to whether or not I was actually required that first time. Only after we were in the ambulance did Dr. Tamim realize the guy wouldn't need gelofusine, which is their colloidal volume expander. La ta imshi. No, you are going away. Don't go, don't go. I think that roughly translates to don't move. I think Dr. Tamim yelled Imchi Hayak, which I think is actually a swear word. I'd have to review that video again and listen carefully. With regard to the other things I did at the field hospital, supplied them with gear, kept the doctors running traumas, supplied with equipment, gloves, etc., illuminated things, changed IV bags. Oh yes, I can also prime and change an IV bag. Cut clothes off, irrigated wounds, applied betadine, cleaned up after a guy was removed from a table, changed the sheet, cleaned the blood up with the disinfectant, etc., etc. I don't know what Ahmed's deal is, but he's a very frightening individual. Fortunately, I've met a few other English-speaking Libyans, fluent English-speaking Libyans, who are well aware of the situation, and there shouldn't be any problem. With luck, I'll be going to CERT in a day or two. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, what the hell. Might as well. Yeah, this is a sturdy frame. It's missing the guns. This is a ZSU-2. Let me see if I can swap the cannons that go on this thing. There they are. Right there. Big old guns. Okay, let's give this thing a whirl. Got these two cranks. This is, oops. It's a lot easier without the cannons and the ammunition. Once you add those, the weight goes way up. And this is up and down, except the brake is engaged. And this thing by my foot here, this little pedal, let me see if I can get a good shot of it. This pedal right there, yeah, there it is. That's the trigger. Boom, 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 boom. Over here is where the, I guess, fire coordinator sits. I don't know what to call him, fire control officer? I guess that seat's typically empty. Okay, let's disengage the brake and hope I don't crush my foot. I'm going to take a look at the device, and no, I shouldn't, and the frame should be okay. Alright, brake's off. There's a water pitcher sitting in the gun carriage. And the carriage wants to naturally sit at that angle. So, perfectly safe to play with. Here we go. Yikes. Oh, there's a foot brake. That's what's going on. This pedal right down here. That's a foot brake for traversing. I wonder if this other one's actually an elevation. Nope, that's definitely the trigger. Yeah, okay, foot brake for traversing. Alright, don't touch that one. Oh, that's how that works. Ha. Boom. See? Foot brake. Fire. Neat. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, there's nothing better to do at the moment. I'm processing some videos. Thought I'd kill a little time. Theoretically, Mohammed Shwedi is supposed to show up at 9 o'clock to something. I'm not really sure what. Ahmed is, as always, Ahmed. I really wish I could get one of his major psychotic tantrums on camera. The other Scottish Libyan, and I know how suspicious this is, all these Scottish Libyans, couldn't be spies. Couldn't possibly be spies. Sort of adds to the level of intrigue. As to what eventually happens, well, I guess we'll see. I spotted a white car here with 14-5 plates indicating it was registered in Tripoli that had a Shell oil thingy hanging off the rear view. And after that, a new face began to show up. So, the CIA might be checking me out. Who knows. Enough weird shit has happened on this trip that I'd accept just about anything at this point. Brake on, open fire. That's kind of cool. The traversal brake doesn't work as well. Or, I'm sorry, the elevation brake. Whoa. It is possible to fling yourself out of this thing. Huh. It's a lot easier than I figured it would be. World War II style gunning. You could probably motorize this pretty easily with a couple of drills or something. Oh, hey, the trigger has a safety. Okay, check this out. Safety catch. Oh, that's how the trigger fires, right there. Boom, 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 boom. And the safety automatically re-engages. Neat. I like that guy. He's got a neat mustache. Also very friendly. Let's see, reengage this brake. Yes. Okay, reengage this brake. Good. Right. So, in case you're wondering, that is how a Technicals gunnery turret works. Doesn't look very effective, but apparently it is a lot easier than I thought to move this thing around. I get the feeling it's still that easy, even if you load it down with the cannons. Maybe. I'd like to try it. Not in battle, but like on this test frame. Hopefully everything ends peacefully. Though, Cert's probably going to be pretty ugly. Oh, God, I just realized I know how to operate a Rebel technical turret in case it becomes necessary to do so while in Cert. Well, let's hope a Daphnia situation doesn't emerge. Right.